what bad are you gonna say about it? Whether it's in Africa or Asia.
But why? What do you mean you don't understand it?
Well, I don't. I don't get it. Like
what don't you get about it?
It's a far way to travel.
You didn't have to go to Africa to get a kid, did you?
No. I don't think I would go. I don't know what I would do with an African child except teach them all un-African things. Like I don't.
Right. You feel that it would be better for them to grow up in Africa, these kids?
Well, I'm just saying Madonna's African son, how African could he possibly be? Like he's not going to have any familiarity with dust or climate, or he's going to be...
You ever been to Africa?
I went to Haiti.
Oh, you went to Haiti?
Yeah, which is...
Where's that? Is that Africa?
No,
that's worse. Is it? That's a worse condition, definitely. But I've never been there.
But a lot of Richard Pryor went to Africa. A lot of comedians go to Africa to find themselves because it's an amazing experience to go to Africa and see that everyone in charge is African. It's black.
Chappelle.
Yeah.
Chappelle did that. He flipped out. Went fucking crazy.
I don't think he went to... You think he went crazy because he went to Africa?
Absolutely. Africa makes you crazy. It's a tsetse flies.
He went after.
I thought they said he was crazy and then went there.
Yeah, he was after. Africa came after he went crazy.
Now, Katt's out promoting an album.
I don't understand the correlation. Does Africa make you crazy? I don't think so.
Sure it does. Robin went to India. She almost went insane.
Just the culture shock?
But I got to tell you, yes, the culture shock, absolutely.
I have a small cubic zirconia mine off of one of the African islands.
You are wearing a lot of jewels today. You look terrific.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
blood
it.
diamonds.
No.
Those
cubic
are blood
zirconias
diamonds.
are made of glass, and so they cut you.
No, you're wearing a lot. I mean, are those real diamonds?
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
I mean, that necklace that you're wearing with the giant, what's the pendant in the middle?
What are these things? Yes.
What is the necklace?
This is the diplomat official necklace here. This is, and then this is to remind me that Jesus is still prevalent.
That's a big cross.
A cross,
a big cross.
yes.
Okay.
For my Jewish friends, it's a T, but yes.
But Katt, is this a theatrical look? In other words,
Purely.
You do not wear this in your personal life.
Yeah, I wear it in my personal life. I like reminders of how well I'm doing. Just
Look at the belt buckle.
So I can just...
Sometimes this is a black thing. Isn't this
I think
more
it is.
It is a black thing.
I think it is.
What is the belt buckle?
I think it is a big... The belt buckle is a dragon piece that...
Look at that.
A fan got
And you're
me.
saying those are real diamonds?
Well, yeah, but I like them.
No, listen to what I'm asking you. The ring, that I've gone out and purchased a diamond ring for my fiance.
Yes,
it was very expensive. A necklace like that, if those are real diamonds, must be a fortune. I mean,
yes,
it is, right?
Right.
Okay. So they say that you walk around with about $175,000 worth of jewelry on you.
Yes.
Yes. Isn't that dangerous, especially in light of what you've told me about performing and brothers would try to steal from you?
Well, anybody's going to try to do a lot of things, but that can't halt me. That's not what it's really about. It's about it may be a black thing, but
aren't you looking
about
for
people
trouble?
that worth? Yes.
Aren't you looking for trouble?
No, of course not. Of course not. Based upon that, then Howard Trump should tear all his stuff down because he's asking for trouble. However you flaunt what you do is how you flaunt what you do.
It's hard to pocket a building, though.
Why not just wear money?
It's hard to pocket this.
Katt, why not just wear money on you? I mean, in other words, like, make a jacket.
And that's the point, Howard. When you see me, you are seeing the money. So you are seeing the success. You are seeing exactly what you should be seeing. It's a commercial.
People should know that, listen to this statistic. Katt was reportedly the second highest grossing comedian of 2007, just behind Larry the Cable Guy, that you made more money than every comedian out there except for one guy. Why didn't you beat Larry the Cable Guy?
Because he's better than me.
Come on. No, he's not. Larry the Cable Guy is better than you? I
love Larry the Cable Guy.
He's funnier than you are.
I think Larry the Cable Guy is hilarious. I was laughing at him before he blew up the way he did. I'm a comic. I give respect to comics. I've always found him to be flawless. That's just
I don't know his
opinion.
work, but I'm surprised to hear you feel that he is funnier than you are.
Yeah, I'm okay with my ranking.
I'm worried about when you're the second highest grossing comedian. What kind of money are we talking about?
We're talking about a lot if he's second to Larry the Cable Guy. He's making a boatload of money.
We're talking you might have made $50 million in 2007.
Excellent. I can't wait to see where that all went.
Yeah, I know. So, but tell me
Then
the
that
truth.
makes it sound ridiculous that we're talking about $175,000 worth of jewelry.
You could be doing better. No, I mean,
That's less than 1%.
Why are
I
you
think
wearing that cheap crap?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw all this away.
You're making millions of dollars, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
You're a multimillionaire.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, from
Look at you.
homeless to multimillionaire. It's a wonderful thing.
Doing it quietly in your own way.
Yes, sir. Just working hard. I think that's what the necklace helps.
What does it mean working hard? Do you work every night?
That's a 100-city tour. So I'm not. There's no easy way to do 100 cities.
And when you do a
back-to-back
100-city tour,
shows.
are these stadiums? Are they? How many seats? 6,000.
That would be about the average, I would guess.
6,000 seats.
It's been a lot. We got 3 Radio City music halls. Boston was just 7,000 people, broke a record. It's been really wonderful, but I think it tells us where the country is.
What do you mean?
Because I've experienced the fans are bananas. Like I can't even. It has no rhyme or reason, and I feel like as long as people are interested in coming out and laughing for 3 hours and having a ball talking about everything, much as you do, I think I got to go out there and be with them. And
Are you saying the country is
Needs
depressed?
to laugh, yeah.
They need Katt Williams. They need laughter.
No. I don't think it has anything to do with Katt Williams.
Right.
I think that the way the world is right now, especially here in America, people really are wanting to go out and release for 3 hours and just go and forget about their problems and leave out feeling different than they walked in.
Are you going beyond race? Is it a white audience too?
Which I didn't have before, and now it's
gotten big.
It's gotten really big, which is a good thing. It's a different demographic because I have my black demographic and the white demographic is totally opposite, and so when they come together, it's an amazing atmosphere.
Are you shocked that maybe the world is changing? I mean, Barack Obama is a serious contender for the White House. Do you ever think you'd see that in your lifetime?
As a comic, it's the ongoing joke. I mean, this is about as historical as it could possibly be. As a comedian, this atmosphere just for America is the fact that you really gonna have to deal with race and a bunch of topics that you ordinarily would just skip past.
But is this going to shut up every black guy now by saying, oh, Whitey is such a racist? I mean, all of a sudden, Whitey's voting for Barack Obama. How can we say now that it's so racist, right? I mean, for the white man to vote for a black candidate? Isn't that the ultimate sign that things have changed?
If you want to quantify it as a ultimate change, but yeah, I guess so. But
it is a big change. I think
it's huge.
I don't think so.
I think they're gonna put a lot. I think they're gonna put a lot on it that it doesn't.
Yeah, people vote their self-interest. They don't care whether it's black or white when it comes down to who will do the best job for me.
It's becoming about green financially.
Yeah.
Like I don't really think that somebody who doesn't like black people is voting for Barack Obama. And I don't think that is to say that all the black people that have been voting in all these elections preferred a white person because they were white. It doesn't equate, but everything is changing.
You say every day that white people, everybody hates Jews, but boy, who do they want as their doctor?
Well, that's something different.
No, it's not. It's the same thing. You can hate them, but they do a good job, you'll take them.
What about our governor? You're always talking about pimping and all this kind of stuff. Governor, we lost our governor to a hooker scandal. Yeah. Did that shock you? Probably not.
No, it did shock me.
It did.
What's shocking me is the repercussion that's being felt. I mean, he was governing New York. He was the governor, and that's a big job. And I don't think that job encompasses what goes on in his personal relationship. And I don't understand. That would have to equate to the manager at Burger King. So she delivered my order fine, but she wasn't sucking her husband's dick correctly. So now she can't service me. I don't understand how that even goes together. I don't get it.
Does pussy rule the world? Is that what you're here to tell us today? Is that your message? That
I don't think that has ever been in question.
It brought down the governorship. Pussy.
Yeah, literally.
And that girl was good looking too, right?
Yeah, but he's in a no-win situation. I mean, he paid her well.
Yes.
I thought he should be fired for how much he paid.
You think that was fiscally irresponsible?
I don't think it was budgetary.
Right. You're saying nobody pays a hooker $5,000.
I'm saying the end result could be done with $50, let alone $5,000. So.
Yeah, save a couple of bucks. But he was foolish about it, right? Because he was flagrant about it. He was paying her with I don't know.
Transferring
money and funds. You're supposed to pay cash, a couple $100. That's it. $5,000. That's a whole crazy thing, right? You can't start paying a hooker $5,000. It's crazy. Might as well get married.
You start to be able to see that money trail, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not even a trail. That's really the road.
I was shocked to read in the paper today that our former governor, he was walking around in Central Park with his wife. They were having a nice,
They're romantic.
They were having a romantic weekend.
Wow.
And,
Now, has that ever happened in the history of niggerdom?
In Central Park,
right.
The governor had an outing with his wife, Silda, and they are, I guess, trying to repair their relationship.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
Outing, or they were trying to argue in public?
No, they were not holding hands. They said that. But they were walking together in Central Park. I mean, wouldn't you have expected her to leave?
Maybe that's a nice place to discuss your divorce.
Well, you can't kill each other.
It's a good way to whisper a threat in a public place.
Maybe she was pointing to buildings she wanted to buy with his money.
She was showing him the new real estate.
Really? I'm taking this whole part.
So get back to your bling, okay?
Okay.
The necklace you're wearing.
Yes, sir.
What does a thing like that cost, and where do you buy something like that? I don't see that in any jewelry store ever.
Well, you talking about any jewelry store that you go to. You have to be actively seeking something on this level. It's not going to be at the mall as theirs.
Yeah, I mean, where do you find a giant cross like that in solid diamonds? Where do you, not
Johnny Dang's in Houston, Texas.
That's just sitting in the window.
Sitting right there in the window.
What's the price tag on something like that? Be honest with me.
I don't know, maybe.
Is it 50 grand?
Yeah, well, no, just this part of it here is 50, and then the rest of it's about 70.
Wow, so you're wearing a lot more than $175,000 worth of jewelry.
Well, I don't know when that article was placed.
Is that $1 million worth of jewelry right there?
No.
$500,000, I'd say? Well, if that one necklace is $175,000.
Yeah.
You're talking about the other things. The belt's got to be worth what? What is that thing worth?
A lot, but I used to be homeless, and that wasn't worth nothing. You follow what I'm saying? So
no.
No. You should then, because I believe you do. I believe you don't want to.
I don't want to.
Because I don't think what you have a problem with is the amount of money. I think you are concerned with where it went.
I'm concerned that you are making a good living and you're throwing a lot of money out the window. I mean,
oh no. I didn't want you to be concerned about that part. Now you said $50 million, and now throwing $175,000 out the window. I don't even go to strip clubs, and I don't buy prostitutes.
So what are you doing with your money?
This is discretionary.
If you're making all this money, what are you doing with your money? You're buying a lot of cars, or you invest in it? What are you doing?
I have babies. And
well, you have 7 children.
I have a large. This is about all I get, actually. To be quite honest with you, I can't really tell you when the last time I went to a club to hang out or I did something other than work. So
this is your one extravagance.
I think it really is. I think it just makes me feel the way I like to feel. And some people spend that type of money on a car.
Right. True.
Which it makes no difference. Mm-hmm. Of course, you could get in an accident, but I have insurance like anybody else.
How long does it take you to take off that jewelry when you take a shower at night? When you have
by gunpoint or regular?
Regular. Have you ever been robbed?
No, I'm sure you'll try to do something to fix that on this show. This has been the why the Katt Williams is an easy target going 100 cities.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Please be looking out for him.
Nobody has ever come backstage with a gun and said, "Listen, take off all your jewelry. I'm leaving with all this stuff." You've got to worry about stuff like that.
People say that all the time.
And they do, right?
Yeah. We set up in preparation for that.
You do. You have
your security here is impeccable, as you probably know, which doesn't make any sense because you don't even have any jewelry on. So
I've got $100 watch. Maybe I need jewelry. I don't know. You need
a look, Howard.
You got to look from this jewelry. You really do.
Yeah, and it works both ways. It's helpful. And most purchases aren't that helpful after the fact, after the depreciation. Mm-hmm. This is actually helpful to me and the others.
Right. Robin, as a woman, do you like this look? Are you attracted to this?
Now, when he wants to be with a woman, does she, like that jewelry could hurt a person?
Yeah.
Do you have to take off your...
That's not the source of hurt. If that's what her problem is in the relationship is...
Do you take that off
your
for
jewelry's hurting me.
Yeah, you're hurting me with your jewelry. First, I'm banging pretty well, first of all, for the swing.
Do you take off your jewelry for sex? Or do you wear the giant...
Upon request, I'll go in, with the full regalia.
Really? You'll take off the clothes and put the jewelry back on?
Yeah, I'll put the jewelry back.
It does,
wonderful.
but it does say I've arrived. It says, look, I'm a star. I can afford this kind of stuff. So it's a statement to everyone saying, look, if any of you assholes out there think that I'm not happening, this is it. Look at me. You can see I have something going on.
In my community, you knew something was happening because you saw it, not because somebody said it, not because you saw it.
Right.
And that was always important. We saw certain things that made us want certain things. So.
Right. So this is it.
Yeah.
And you now, do you go back to you were homeless. You grew up very poor. Do you ever go back to your neighborhood and say, look at me now. Look at my jewelry.
Well, when I was homeless, I had left home, so it was even worse. So it was nice, and then it was worse. And,
You lived on the street?
Yeah, absolutely, 4 years. Then
Why
What do you
did
mean
you
you
live
live-
on the street?
What street were you
I
living
left
on?
home when I was 13. I went to Coconut Grove in Florida, and I stayed behind a park. And I would go to the library every day and then go back to the park. And I was there. And then I joined the
Why did you-
Pumpers and started selling magazines and books door to door.
Wait a second. Why did you go to the library every day? Was that to clean up and to just like get somewhere
Well,
warm?
I was 13. I had dress clothes. There was nothing to do all day. And I love to read anyway. So I would go in the library and try to
And how would you eat?
justify the fact that I was out.
How would you eat? Tell me what it was like.
The thing we going to Africa is Africa really opens your mind, you know. One of the ways that Africa does to people is it helps you appreciate, you know. A lot of people, sometimes in life, we go through things in lives and we feel that we are experiencing the worst, right? But when we come across other people who are experiencing way worse than us or way better than us, we then tend to appreciate the things we have, the places we live, and the environments that we find ourselves in. So, one of the things about Africa is Africa helps you to really appreciate where you are, where you grew up in, and the statuses and challenges that you experience in your lives. So when the guy said that a lot of people went to Africa and it really messed up with them, not that they really messed up with them. I believe it's that they went there and they saw the things that, this is just my own opinion, right? They saw the things that they might have, or they saw the things that they were probably taking for granted, right? And now they really see that, hey, I was taking these things for granted, but I need now to really appreciate, you know. So one thing that I forgot those to people is it helps you appreciate where you are. It helps you not only appreciate, but really be grateful for the places that you've been in. And going back to South Africa, what I will say is went back to South Africa, one thing I would say is that South Africa is a country for all. And it is what I would call a rainbow nation. And it was termed a rainbow nation for a purpose, you know. Rainbow means what? When it comes to rainbow, we have different colors on the rainbow, you know. So, and that those different colors signifies different ethnicities, you know. And those different ethnicities come together to form a rainbow and come together to form South Africa, where you have the colored, you have the whites, you have the blacks, you have the Indians, you know, you have the Afrikaners and the Chinese, you know, the Asians, you know. So having a country like that where everyone comes from a different ethnicity, one way to really make sure that everyone lives in harmony, lives in unity, and be able to really move their country forward is to be under the umbrella of the rainbow. And that is why you see President Nelson Mandela did. They stated that, and I will give a little bit of quotes from Nelson Mandela, you know, late President Nelson Mandela. And he said something which was really important. he said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And one of the things of South Africa really needs so much is education. You know, people need to be educated. More people are educated, the less they are prone to committing crimes. You know, any area where you have a high illiteracy rate, expect to have a high crime rate there. You know, and he also says something that was. He also said something that is very, very. Said something that is very, very profound. He said that he has learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. You know, and South African people, it's very, very important to really see that you guys work together. So take a nation to the higher heights. And one of the things that the South African delegation said that the White House was really very, very important, you know, awesomely important, you know. They really want the help of America because they really want to see their country move forward. You know, they love their country irrespective of all what is happening there. At the end of the day, they are all South Africans, you know. They are all people that want to see their country, they are people that want to see their country go forward, you know. They are people that want to see their country, they want to see their country move forward, you know, and they need to work together to really see that come to light, you know. Need to work together to really see that come to light. You know, so that that country can move forward, so that that country can achieve its goals and its potential. Community is something that is very, very important. And calling out wrong, something that's very important. I really appreciate the president for calling out the statements that Julius Malema sent. Thank you. Good luck, South Africa, and God bless you all.